All right, guys, what is up? Today, I am going to be telling you guys why I switched back to linear on Fortnite. Let's get into it. This might be kind of like a rambly video, and the editor can kind of do what he wants with it. I don't know how many like funny edits are gonna be in here. It's more of a serious video. I kind of want to explain to you guys where I'm coming from with my decision making, the thought process on this. Don't mind the water on the bed. Mind the Groot. He's the goat. Here, I'm just gonna show you my settings currently. Not a settings video. I can do a more in-depth one soon. I'm basically back on my old sense, which I was on for a long time. Didn't really switch my sticks at all. My dead zones are the same. I'm not currently quite used to it again. It's very weird and bobbleheady, if that makes sense. But I'm back on like 1080s, which I was on before. Instead of 4747 on Expo, I'm back on 4242, which I was on for a long time. Might up it to 4343. And my build mode and edit mode is 1.8 1.8, which used to be 2.0 flat. Kind of wanted to move it down at the time anyway, so this is fine, I think. The main reason I switched back personally is because I think I have more fun on linear. And that might not make a lot of sense, but currently, and I know it's not a sad, like, oh, woe is me type video, but like, I'm not having a lot of fun with the meta in Fortnite right now. I'm gonna be full on honest with you guys. You know, honesty is the best thing you can do. I'm not super happy on Fortnite. If you guys come to my streams, you can tell like the game, just the way the guns work. I'm not super excited about that. Expo just has this like delay on it, and it takes me longer to warm up. My hands cramp easier, so I can't crank in creative for nearly as long as I was before, and I just kind of want to go back to like the easier, more free-flowing, smooth gameplay where the mechanics are a bit better and I can play for longer. And you know, I just think I have more fun when I have better mechanics and when I'm enjoying the game more. I also figured out that I don't think it's as good as I think it was. The only reason I think Expo is very good is that like medium to long range AR tags are super easy. With the MK, everything's easy. But like in general, like your aim feels a lot stickier. It feels like you lock on a bit more. But apart from that, like your aim will definitely be better on Expo. Don't get me wrong. From distance, up close, I personally feel like I don't have enough stick control on Expo. Maybe it's from lack of playing, because I'm not really putting my full effort into grinding the game like I used to. But I personally feel like I don't have enough stick control to consistently hit every edit and every shot, and I'm not on my grind as much as I was when I was really like full-time comp. All I care about is comp type thing. So for me, I just want to enjoy the game a bit more. It allows me to play a bit longer, and it just feels a lot looser. I'll hop into creative real quick, just rebuild for a little bit. But people tend to get very upset at me when I swap my settings or make a big change. So I used to be like a hoarder almost. Like I would just never want to throw things away. I hated change when I was younger, hated it, despised it. But as you get older and as I've grown up, I kind of have learned like a weird life message in this video, I'm sorry, but I've kind of learned that like change for the better is a good thing, or change to learn is a good thing. People get very upset, like I said, when I change things, but for me, I'm someone who changes things to learn, and like I'll do stuff to get a different perspective on things that I didn't have before, just to try it out. Like I change my bind sometimes, like just to see if I think it'll work better in the long run, and I might get worse for like a short period of time, but I eventually always get better again, and I get back to where I wanted to be. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I'll switch back. So like some people might have been like,
I told you should switch back to linear, like I told you Expo wasn't good, and like
I don't care. A lot of my friends switch because they know the aim benefits, and I do think aim benefit wise from distance and even close range, if you get used to it, it's very good. And someone like Reed just joined TSM, congrats by the way, absolute goat. Someone like Reed is very talented. He's putting in a lot of time too, and he's been on it from the beginning, so that's very natural to him. That's what the game is. He's learned a lot. For me, like if I wanted to play Expo, which I think I could, and I would have to be playing and really putting in the time, it's just a lot more enjoyable to me playing the game on linear over Expo. Linear just feels so much nicer, and as much as I do think Expo has its benefits, you really have to be putting in the time and grinding the game. Like one of the biggest things I think was an issue is like when I would go to make like a normal edit like that, it would be sloppier. Like my stick control on Expo is just so much worse than it is right now on linear. Like, and I've just been on linear for a little bit again, like only been like a day, not even, and I've only played a few hours. Like linear just allows my like crosshair placement to be so much smoother, and like for me, that's really all that matters, to be honest. And like I said, I'm a big change guy. I always welcome change. I think when it came to that, I was one of the first people to do it. When it came to the foot controller for a little bit, I was one of the first people to try it out. When it came to swapping from your inventory being like this, where it was AR first slot, Shoddy second slot, I think that is something that I also was like one of the first people to switch, because I heard about the benefits. And for those of you guys that don't know, because I get asked this all the time, the reason you put your shotgun in the first slot, let me show you. So if you take a wall, right, you take a wall, you're on your pickaxe. Once you press your switch mode to pull your guns out, your pickaxe out, you press RB once to go to your first slot. And when you press RB twice, like say your shotgun's in the second slot, like AR Shoddy, say you hold your shotgun out, you pickaxe the wall, take it, edit, switch mode, and then RB it takes you to your AR. So you have to double tap RB. So subconsciously, if you had your inventory set up like this, you were always double tapping RB from your pickaxe to get to your shotgun, if that makes sense, after you take a wall. So with your shotgun in the first slot, basically once you take the wall, you edit, switch mode RB, and you're already have your gun out. It's just a faster method, and that's one of the reasons people did it. And I know I was one of the first people that did that as well, and people were like, why are you doing this? It's so ugly, I hate it. But it got to a point where it's now almost ugly to not have your guns in that slot. And I know I'm getting off track a lot, off topic, but that's what I mean. I just hope when I make changes in the future, you guys can understand a bit better that it's just like trying it out. I never claimed that I would be sticking on Expo forever. I never claimed that Expo would be the only thing I'd ever play. I just wanted to give it a shot, see what it was like. And I liked it, to be honest. I didn't really think I was going to switch. And then recently I started getting a bit more hand pain, and I was missing a lot of easy edits. Basic edits were easy. And when I would mess up, I found it would be a lot clunkier on Expo than when I mess up on linear. Like when I messed up on linear, it was like, it still looked kind of smooth. But when I messed up on Expo, it was super clunky and awkward, and like the movement wasn't as good. And Expo still has its purpose. And if you plan on it, I think that's completely fine. More power to you. It's very good. For me personally, and it is a preference thing, I think linear is better for me. Like I said, just for me. I would be PGing like class or anyone like warming up for stuff, and after about 20 minutes my hands would start to sweat and I would take my hand off my controller in between each fight. It was going to be a bit annoying because after a while my hands would just start hurting, you know, and I just wasn't really into that. So I switched back, and I can play a lot more time for a lot longer period for like a lot harder sessions if I really want to, and I don't have nearly as much hand pain. When I was in free building, like it was no big deal on Expo. Like I really didn't have any issue like cranking or anything. Like I had no problem. But my issue is when I would like take a break for a second and then pick up my controller again. My first few edits would be wonky, and I'd go into end games, I'd be all boxed up like this, I'd be chilling, and just a basic edit to shoot someone. Like I'm not in a fight, I'm not using my mechanics, I pick up my controller, I'm ready to go, and I'm in end game, and I go for an edit, and they would be like this, and and I would, you know, I'd do that, or I'd make a door trying to do like a full edit, and like I don't know, it would just be goofy. I was making a lot more doors, and I think personally I played better on linear. So this is sort of a settings video in a way, because I showed you my settings, my like exact controller settings, very similar to my old ones that was on for about a year. I just wanted to update you guys with where I'm at with this, because I know I'm going to be getting a lot of questions on stream in the coming days, and I figure this wasn't even a video I was supposed to record. It's just a video I thought I may as well update you guys with, because you guys deserve it. I just don't also want to answer the question 100 times in my stream when I just have a YouTube video that explains everything right now. People came to my stream all day yesterday, because I switched back yesterday for the first time, and they're like, why are you on Expo? What's the deal? And I just kind of want to be honest with you guys and let you guys know how I feel about it. Again, I almost feel like I hit more shots on linear from close range. Like my close range box fighting ability is significantly better on linear, and I think my shots a bit better from close range on linear. But again, like Expo has its benefits. I think one thing that is underrated and not very talked about is if you play a wide variety of games, then Expo might be the better play for you, because I play a wide variety of games, and a lot of sensitivities on like Apex, Halo, and whatever else you might play feel very similar to Expo on Fortnite. But linear is pretty unique in a way that like not a lot of games, even when they say they have linear settings, feel like Fortnite linear. I don't think there's a game on earth that feels quite like Fortnite linear, settings wise, sensitivity wise, you know. Don't switch back to linear based on this video if you weren't planning on it, if you like it, because linear is not necessarily better, it's just better for me. It has nothing to do with other people's skill level, it has everything to do with your own comfort and feeling and how you feel long term, and if you think it's worth it or beneficial. It's the same reason you change binds for the better. Sometimes you change binds because you think something will be better, and it ends up being a bit worse just for some reason that you don't understand, but then you know at least you tried it, at least you gave it a shot. That's about it. Thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk. I don't really need to say much more. I think we're good. Hope you guys enjoyed. Every time the videos go live, I'm pretty much live on Twitch, so feel free to pop on by, ask me some questions if you really have any. I guess I could say one thing that I didn't try was look dampening time, if you guys know what that is. I used it on 0.07 for a while, and I honestly hated it. Ended up turning it off, and I think it was a good decision, but a lot of people say that look dampening time on Expo is very, very good, and it's something you should use, and I never tried that, so maybe I should have. But even without that, I think I enjoy the game more on linear. And right now, like I said, I'm not having as much fun just in terms of playing, probably because of the meta. I'm gonna do everything I can to have more fun on the game, whether that means just switching to linear or just playing more casual. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you're on Expo or linear, what you think about both. If you're on Expo, why you're on Expo, and why you're not on linear. If you're on linear, why are you on linear, why you're not on Expo. So yeah, like, subscribe. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.